What's going on YouTube? It's Sam Camille back with another one. Alright guys, so that wraps up another action-packed week in these markets as promised. Now to kick this one off, I want to share with you guys a couple of the comments of the week because I couldn't ask for a more incredible community of investors that we've built over here. I want to say I appreciate every single one of the thousands of you that tune into the channel on the daily. I'm going to let you guys know as we move forward, we're going to continue to crush these markets and have a blast in doing so. Now that being said, in this drop I want to reflect and regroup with you guys on a couple of our plays, which should be exciting for those of you who are in the plays because your guys are already hitting phenomenal returns, and it's just a taste of what's to come for those of you who just landed on the channel and just joined the movement. So as always, I want you guys to get ready for another action-packed one. And before I get this show on the road, make sure you guys are pulling the trigger on that like button for me. Let's run the first one. Alright guys, so on the day in the markets, well on the surface things might have seemed stale out there. We had a ton of plays in our portfolio kicking ass, and we are starting things off ticker symbol PRTS. That's carparts.com. Now this is our MVP of the day. That's our most valued play. Now this is one that I said I wanted you guys in. I've given them enough airtime on the channel for you guys to get your position. Today made that climb up almost 18% at close. As a matter of fact, this is a play that I was speaking to the whole Discord about last week when we did our Saturday live stream, getting the whole team to understand the play and why they're about to move up and make money for investors. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys are hitting that top link in the description, tapping into our Discord so you guys can best position yourselves to hit success in these markets as we move forward, because I'm bringing the heat on the daily to those guys over there to ensure that we're only making money moves. Now, this is a play that got moving because of their earnings, strong earnings, crushed it, beat analyst estimates. As I said, it's been a clean sweep for our plays this week in earnings. Now what I want you guys to know is this play is a very simple business model. They're not trying to kill cancer, they're not trying to send people to space, none of that. If you guys want to hit easy wins in these markets, it's often just about finding plays at good price points that have good levels of business momentum. You get the two, you're going to hit success time and time again. I'm going to break down that stock price move for you today because we saw this one pop 20% at open off the back of a strong earnings report. It was a breeze for them to blow through analyst estimates. Now what followed is what we call profit taking. Okay, so we saw this one come down. The profit takers were selling out of the play. We saw this one come as low as $18. Now we didn't panic, we didn't fear, because we know the play is built on good fundamentals and there is going to be a bounce back. Check what followed. We had buyers ready on standby to pick this one back up, and they closed out the day near 18%. So I just want you guys to recognize this type of movement. You'll see it time and time again in the markets. We've seen it with our other plays this week. And when you guys see this type of movement, make sure that you guys are getting in on the action at the bottom, okay? Because that rebound is easy money. Now, even when the market's in standstill and the overall market has been recently, there's always going to be a bull market somewhere. And often you need to look in the depths of the market to find these types of plays. And that's where this one was living. But I'm going to continue to dig these types of plays out for you guys so I can continue to get you into bangers as we move forward. Now, when we see a move like this in any of our plays, we want to revisit our strategy. So the move going forward is I want you guys to remain in the play. As I say, because of that earnings, they've paved that runway for further upside on this one. Now, if you missed first entry on the play, which was under $17, I want you guys to now look out for under $19 to make entry on the play. The next one I've got for that ticker symbol M, that's Macy's. Now, if you remember, this is a play I said I wanted you guys in because they were on course to hit that $20, $21 mark. Then the market got shaken up. We saw this one come down to that $15, $16 level. I said snap the play up at that point because they will make their climb back. Now check the score. This one's regained that mid-teen territory, standing $18.57. So this play is moving like clockwork for us. Now as we go forward, vaccine rollout is going to continue. Reopening is going to be in full effect. So footfall at their stores will increase. That means it's going to be a blowout quarter for this play when they report their numbers. So we're onto good things as investors in this one. Now, Simon Property Group, they're a REIT that owns the malls. They've come out with their numbers. They were strong. They've guided for good things going forward. So that just gives us an insight into the high levels of retail spend and what is in store for this play. As I told you guys before on this one, when they were at that $15, $16 mark, Wall Street is just making this too easy for us guys. The next one I'm going to give you guys some coverage on, that's ticker symbol IIPR, that's Innovative Industrial Properties. Now this is a play that I was speaking to you guys about yesterday. Today, this one's moved up over 5%. Now that's a big jump for this type of play. Over the last 3 months, I don't think I've seen a daily move like this. So I want you guys to be prepared for a 5 to 7% pullback in this one then snap the play up at those levels. Okay, so this one, as I say, is a little bit elevated at this price level, so we're on pullback watch to make entry. But this has been a phenomenal performer for us over the last 3 months, up 26%. They've still got room to move, as this is a play that's growing at 100%. Okay, so fast moving REIT. I want to make sure that you guys get entry, but I say we're waiting for that pullback, 5 to 7%, then we'll continue buying into the play. Our next play, that's ticker symbol RVLV. We've got Revolve, another big mover on the day. This one's up 8%. Now if you back that out, add that to the 5% we gained yesterday when we bought the dip, you guys should be up in the low teens on this one. So as I say, when you're buying the dips on these types of plays, it's easy money when they make their rebound. Now let's prepare you guys for what might be installed next to the play. Okay, so as I say, there's going to be that tussle, that to and fro, so we could see this one come down a few notches. So I just want you guys to just brace yourself for a little bit of volatility in the play next week in the markets. If you do, it's an opportunity for you guys to get into the play at a cheaper price point, continue to make entry. As I say, it should be easy for this one by next quarter, this quarter end, to hit that $70 mark, the low 70s, back where they were, again off the back of business momentum and good numbers as we continue moving through reopening, because we're hitting some high seasons for the play. So when it comes to their financials, they'll be looking in great shape as they report their next financials. But between now and then, we just want to make strategic entry. As I say, this is a play you guys should be easing into on weakness. Okay, now last but certainly not least, we've got ticker symbol WFC. That's Wells Fargo. Now this is one of your stocks to buy on Monday. Now check this, standing 48.77, a jump up of almost 4% on the day, making a fresh 52-week high today. That's why I wanted you guys in the financials plays, because they're set for great things as we move through the second half of the year, so we can get you guys making some money from the markets. Now check this. All the financials plays came out with their earnings week 1 of earnings season. They all blew through estimates, but their stock price reactions were soft. Now the market's playing catch up, bidding these prices up. That's why I say when these plays come out, deliver great earnings, good guidance moving forward, you want to ensure that you pounce, take the opportunity so you can get in early before the market starts to react. So some of our plays that have come up with earnings this week, like a Caesars for example, where the stock price movement was relatively soft after that, they'll play catch up. These financial plays, they're just 2-3 steps ahead of the plays that have released earnings this week. But just wanted to give you guys a bit of coverage on ticker symbol WFC. I'll let you guys know, moving like clockwork, we are still on course to close out the year above that $50 mark. Now, as I say, you guys want to get in on the action, you take full advantage of pullbacks that you get in quality financial plays, whether that's Wells Fargo, whether that's Goldman Sachs. Just ensure that you guys are keeping a balanced, diversified portfolio, just hitting success in the right types of lanes. So if you rock with the channel, you know what time it is. What should be the course of action for ticker symbol DAC? That's the NEOS. I'm up around 8% in it. Should I take some profit or let it sit? So to wrap this one up and to share this with me, that's great. You're starting to think about your exit strategies once you guys are start to get up on the plays. So it's a good time for me to regroup with you on ticker symbol DAC, talk the moves from here on out. But on the week, on reflection, guys, this one came out with their earnings, strong numbers, good guidance moving forward. As I say, the market can act irrationally. We saw this one drop down to $67. Thereafter, over the next couple of sessions, made this climb to $71.53, closing out the week. That's why we say you want to absorb a degree of volatility when it comes to earnings season and make the most of those dips on quality plays. Now, if we zoom out, you can see they're now on an upwards trend after making that pullback from $78 that we saw back in June, now standing at the low 70s. So I'm expecting to regain that territory over the next couple of weeks, the high 70s, the low 80s. That being said, our exit plan is once we hit $80, we're easing out of the play. So you could take out 10% at that point in time, 10-15%. Once we get to $85, you could take out another 10-15%. $90, the same thing. Now there's tons of upside for the play because of the shipping dynamics. Still got very high demand to move freight around the world. That's not going to change over the next couple of seasons. Very high seasons we're going into. And there's still the supply constraints keeping the shipping prices high, paying into their favor. So they're going to continue to do well from a financial point of view. and their next couple of quarters are going to be just as strong, if not stronger, than the one they've just posted up. So this plays in a good position. So you guys just hold firm, hold tight. As I say, once we hit $80, that's the first profit taking checkpoint. As I say, I always give you guys 360 coverage, when to enter the play, what to do when you're in the play, and how we maximize exit. That's how we hit success. Alright guys, that wraps up for this one. If you've got any questions for me, drop them down below and I'll get back to you. I want to say I appreciate you guys. On your way out, like that comment section for me. If you're new, join the movement, and I'll catch you on the next one.